Incoming!
Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're taking a look at 10 secrets you should look out for while playing Metaphor ReFantazio.
What? So that wasn't a dream?
Before we begin, we publish new videos all week long, so be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Gold Beetles.
If you see a use for it, I say take it with you.
By the time you've reached the first dungeon in the game, you've probably snagged a couple of items dubbed Gold Beetles. For the first couple dozen hours of the game, you may not have the faintest idea as to what purpose these beetles serve. Well, you'll learn once you set foot in Port Brilehaven. Inside the arena front wharf, you'll meet the elderly Entomophile. This man will take the golden beetles you've collected and reward you with rare and valuable items. Even though Metaphor is hiding a total of 50 gold beetles to collect, you only need 46 to obtain the Entomophile's final reward, so keep your eyes peeled while you're dungeon exploring.
Great find. Keep it.
Crawl spaces.
It is above all a mystic, long-hidden art, now the stuff of legend, what I have come to call archetypes.
While this isn't exactly a secret, we do want to take a minute to emphasize the importance of crawl spaces. More often than not, you will get a clear direction of where you need to go while exploring dungeons. However, crawl spaces are vital to your campaign if you want to see and do everything. Not only can they provide alternate and sometimes safer paths, they may also lead to treasure chests or special enemy encounters. That said, if you think you've seen everything on one floor, don't hesitate to do one more thorough search while using Gallica's radar. She can help point out crawl spaces with a visual pulse.
You must acquire more archetypes.
Stat boosts. Previous Atlus games have offered various ways to increase your protagonist's stats. Unfortunately, they haven't really offered a way for the player to influence a chance to obtain greater amounts of XP. Metaphor ReFantazio, on the other hand, is giving the player as much opportunity as possible. Some activities, such as cooking at the Hushed Honeybee Inn, will require you to make a decision mid-session. Two options will net you a minuscule amount of XP at the end of the session, as well as a bad result, but choose the correct option and you'll be given a much more substantial boost in XP. Make the most of these sessions and choose your options carefully if you wish to prove yourself as a better choice for a king.
Kinda weird.
Idle's Day is best day. If you're trying to be as frugal as possible in your playthrough, Metaphor does provide a window to nab items at a cheaper cost. Every Idle's Day is essentially the weekend in-game, and it's the day of the week where every shop slaps big discounts on their items. With that in mind, you may want to consider saving all of your shopping needs for Idle's Day and do all of your social activities, dungeon exploring, and main missions the other 4 days of the week. Also, make sure you're checking the calendar for specific holidays, as those may influence shops to offer more discounts at those times. Your calendar even tells you the holidays in advance, so you can properly map out your plans. Magic recovery.
Did you feel that just now? What's going on? Does it have something to do with that odd magic?
As expected because of past Atlus games, items that help you recover MP are hard to come by, at least when you're out venturing into dungeons. If you're finding yourself leaning on magic-based attacks more often than usual, you should probably be investing some time into studying the Mage archetype. From the moment you equip the Mage archetype, you and your party will recover some MP whenever you defeat or stun an enemy in real-time combat. Just keep in mind that this passive skill will only trigger when you stun or defeat the enemy. If you get smacked and start combat in peril, you will not get any of the skill's benefits.
I don't want to be an ally of convenience alone, so once more.
Archetypes of Atlus Past. As you progress in Metaphor ReFantazio and continue to study and evolve archetypes, you'll unlock more powerful forms of those archetypes. Funny enough, 3 of the elite archetypes serve not only as superior forms, but also Easter eggs of previous Atlus games. The most obvious one most players will recognize is the Elite Masked Dancer archetype, which is named Persona Master. Stick with the Seeker long enough, and you'll unlock the Elite Seeker known as Soul Hacker. As for the Summoner, you can awaken the Elite form known as the Devil Summoner, which is an obvious reference to Shin Megami Tensei. A bit on the nose with some of these names, but a clever way to pay tribute to Atlus's acclaimed franchises pre-Metaphor. The Disgraced Ruins. While the Grand Trad's catacombs will keep you busy for most of the game, Metaphor ReFantazio does feature several optional dungeons to explore, some of which are locked behind social stats, while others are only discoverable through informants. You'll only be able to access this dungeon after 9/26, or September 26, and if you pay the informant 3,500 Reeve. While it is the hardest dungeon in the entire game, the Disgraced Ruins might be your final opportunity in obtaining elite archetypes, rare gear, and more before you take on the catacombs one last time. Just keep in mind that traveling to the Disgraced Ruins will eat up an entire day from your schedule to and from the ruins.
I think we have a favor to do there.
It's
The Mirror of Asaya and the Mirror of Atziluth. One of the best pieces of equipment you can get in Metaphor is the Mirror of Asaya. This accessory has the power to repel all physical attacks. Doesn't matter if it's pierce, slash, or strike damage, it means nothing to the user. If you have designated one of your party members to the Mage or Healer archetype, this item will play a vital role in whether you emerge from boss battles in decent condition, as those archetypes are weak to strike and pierce respectively. However, if you find one character is getting targeted a lot by elemental attacks, you might want to look for the Mirror of Atziluth. Whereas Mirror of Asaya negates physical attacks, Mirror of Atziluth negates all elemental attacks. Yeah, you're going to want to seek out these trinkets as soon as possible. The Phantasmal Doll.
Hey there.
Metaphor ReFantazio quickly shows you a replica of the Royal Scepter and how it is supposedly the most powerful weapon in existence. However, there is one item that can break the game in your favor. The Phantasmal Doll defies Metaphor's rules by giving the user one simple advantage: an extra turn. Whoever holds the Phantasmal Doll can take a second turn at the expense of another party member losing their turn. Sounds risky, but if used correctly with the right party members, you can make a joke out of most foes. However, this is one of the most expensive items in the entire game, costing a whopping 49,000 Reeve. So we only recommend you purchase it if you have a plan on how you're going to use it. The Secret Final Boss.
Live upon the open plains beneath a wider sky. That was all.
That's right, Metaphor ReFantazio hides a secret final boss that is missable if you perform certain actions. Not to spoil too much, but when venturing through Tyrant Star Dungeon, you'll come across Melancholia crystals before reaching Lewis. Your party members will pressure you to destroy it, but you do have the option of completely ignoring the crystal. Should you ignore the crystal and move forward to fight Lewis, you will be met with the toughest boss fight in the entire game. Had you destroyed the crystal, Lewis would be weakened and you would have been given one of the most powerful weapons in the game. Think you can rise to this ultimate challenge?
So the power I have now is not enough.
Have you been playing Metaphor ReFantazio? Got any other tips to share with fellow players? Let us know down in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays for more great videos every day.